time because I belong to the top 25 education publications on Substack. Let me show you this. Here, Kristina in the leaderboard. I am top 23 publication in education category. And I know when I'm talking about education, some already, start saying, oh, I hate these categories on Substack because they are not so specific. No category feels quite right for me, or it's so confusing, or I'm not sure if it serves me. This is something that I hear here from my community. So I thought it would be very valuable for you to share a bit more, because what I found is Substack shipped hundreds of new categories you might not know about. So let us dig a bit deeper into categories. So where you would find these categories and where you could pick them for your publication in the back end would be settings. Then you would click on basics, and then you would go here and say, hey, I select my categories to help people discover my publication. So I would go, for instance, with education. This is the primary category I picked. And then the second category I picked was business. So with education, I think this fits, okay? Because I'm educating others on getting started and then, monetizing their writing online. And then we have business, and business, means different things for different people. So for me, I then explained it to myself saying, hey, of course I help people building their online writing business, and I interview people on their online writing business. So I thought that this category would be good. However, as I shared from the community, I know so many are confused and they think, hey, the categories aren't a great fit for me. However, what you can do is you can say, hey, every other month, every 3 months, 6 months, I'm going to change this secondary category. I'm going to swap this. And then, for instance, I would not go with business. I would go with another category that I think would fit better. So since I'm sharing everything publicly, what you could do also is just experiment with it. This is pretty easy and pretty cool to do. So just experiment with this and see what's going to happen then if you get more eyeballs on your writing and be seen more. Do you have the feeling to be seen more? What's very important, I think, is, let's say you picked a category. Still, Substack has the right to adjust inappropriate category assignments, meaning that if they think that the category assignment is inappropriate, they could also change the category you picked. This is very important. If you would now want to see where this discoverability, where the magic of this discoverability feature is, then you would go on your avatar, you would click on explore, and this is the explore page. And then you would see the for you. Okay, so for you, this from Instagram, from TikTok, from YouTube, blah, blah, or also for Medium, where you would see like for you. And this is based, of course, on people you follow and people you follow, and so on, so on. So this is for you. And then I would see, for instance, here, Robin Wilding. I would see here, Michael. And then I would say, hey, cool, I'm interested in this. And then I could read them. So, and then I also would see like featured. These are featured publications that Substack would recommend. And then we have staff picks. And then the staff picks, Substack would tell me, hey, Kristina, I think based on what you're reading, or based, what people at the moment are reading a lot, this is what we would recommend. So I would like to talk about these tabs more and about these categories. So you can see all these categories here, from culture to music. And I have an overview for you then in a sec about all these 29 categories. But what you have to keep in mind, or what you have to see, is that if you're clicking on one category, and I can also go live to show you how to do this. So I would, for instance, go here on education. Okay, I would click on education, and then I would see the leaderboard with the top 10 publications in education. So for instance, here's Ryan, here's Beth, and there's Jenny. And then I could go on the see all. Okay, I would go on the see all. And the moment I go on the see all, I would see then the top education publications. I could scroll down, and then I would see here 23. This is my publication, which is freaking bonkers. The leaderboard shows, the people on Substack who have like the most paid subscribers plus the most engaged subscribers. So it's like a mix between paid subscribers and engagement. As I was told by Valentine Boone, he has an orange badge, meaning he has thousands of paid subscribers. I have hundreds of paid subscribers, meaning when you have 100 paid subscribers, you're a bestseller, and I am a bestseller on Substack, and that's why I'm here in the leaderboard, where you can find me there. And for you, this would mean the same. So you can then go into your category you picked. For instance, you picked literature, and then you could see, where you are at the moment compared to others. But of course, you don't have to go there. You don't have to compare yourself to others if this is something that is more like draining than anything else. Just to give you an overview again, okay? So these here are the 29 categories going from art, illustration, business, climate, environment to US politics and world politics. We had 26 categories. This changed. Now we have also fiction, because we have many fiction writers here. We have health and politics, and we have world politics. So a lot of politics on the platform. Okay, these are new, and now we have 29 categories. So some, for instance, quit because they said, hey, there is no fiction category here. Substack shipped it. We have fiction, health, politics now, and also world politics. Okay. And then another thing you need to know is that in the app, if you go into the app, now you would see also the 2024 election in the US, okay, because this is a very, very important topic. You would see here, Sharon, how much do presidents affect housing prices? What happens now that RFK is out of the race? And this is, they recently updated this politics category leaderboards into separate categories. So we have now US, world, health, politics. And they wanted to do this because of the discoverability, SEO, and also better align with the reader preferences. And so I think, if you're interested in the US election, this is like the best time to write about this. And again, this is like available for all publishers and Substack readers on the web and in both the iOS and the Android app, just to keep in mind. If you're in the desktop version, then you would see this here as I shared. So how did now the Explore page change? And what about the categories I mentioned, these hundreds of categories? So what I found out was I checked the categories, and, here there were new categories. I was like, wow, the first category I found was author interviews, because this would be perfect for me because I have these author interviews. This is very, very specific. This is very niche. For me, somehow this would be like a sub tag, something like this, a very niche tag. So for instance, if you're writing on Medium, you would know that there are like 5 tags you can tag your stories in. And then you could see, that we have these meta tags. So for instance, I don't know, let's say business and something like this. And then you could go a bit deeper and then say, very specific niche tags. And here with the publications, I also think this is nice, because then I could say, hey, I have a lot of online learning. For instance, I'm a brand manager, I'm a part-time writer, and this marketing thing could also be something for me. Again, I would still go with education, and at the moment I think also with business, but I could change business to author interviews, because I think I have a lot of author interviews. I'm educating people on writing on the internet, how to do this, in a very, tangible style. And so I think this could be awesome for me. And I know so many people are going to see this now and say, wow, this is mine, nutrition, self-care. This is awesome, because I would love, to be more specific in the back end. But, what about these categories? So if you're now checking these, it could happen that you don't see them, or you would see other categories. What I found out was here, Ben. Ben is from Growth on Substack. This is Ben Cohen, and he shared, been working on a way, some more specific tabs, and trying to find a way to figure out who may like which ones. Hope they are relevant and good. So a Substacker found out about these tabs. Okay, they are here for Ben. They are called tabs, and the tabs would be like the categories. And then Ben shared yes and no. There are 100 to 150 new ones that were fairly selectively rolled out today. Assuming they stick and people don't revolt, they will be sticking around this time. That said, as you can see, you only have a few of these 150, and others commenting may have ones you don't. And many don't have any new ones. Sorry, folks. We're still working on a way to let people choose what they want, opt in and out. And such, so you may not, probably will not always see these tabs in these spots or anything like that, but I think they will be sticking around, and if not, something very close will replace them. So there are, of course, multiple questions here, okay? Will these tabs also be categories? Will Substack add more categories? Okay, so I think the direction that Substack is taking is pretty cool because we can be more specific. And then somewhere in the back end, you can also, if you're publishing a post, you can say, hey, you can tag this, for instance, as author interview. And then people could click on author interview because they are interested in this in the tabs, you know. This is then similar to categories, and then people could find me there, which I think is awesome because Substack is all about discoverability. And if you compare Substack to other email service providers, ESPs, then the USP, the unique selling proposition of Substack, the thing that stands out here is really the discoverability. So in the past, you had a newsletter and you would send it out, and people were coming, these subscribers were coming or converting from, let's say, your WordPress page or from your YouTube or wherever you were, or from Medium, and then they were coming there and there were no likes, of course people could reply, but now with Substack there, they can like, they can leave a comment, and so on and so on. So there are so many social features and social metrics now there, which I love. And then we also have the possibility, there's another growth feature on the platform. It's called Substack Notes. So what you can do is you can share your post, whatever post you have on the app. So let me make me big again here so that you can see my face. So you could then use Substack Notes. This is like the internal social media network. And then this is also pretty cool, that you can then there get discovered. And the same as with the explore page where you can, get discovered. And this is the cool thing, you're not talking into the void. Of course, you're having like this specific amount of subscribers and growing. It's more like you're getting discovered on the platform. So you can say that, for instance, I have 5,000 subscribers coming from recommendations. Okay, so people are recommending my publication, and I'm gaining people through these recommendations. And then also, I have about 25% of my growth coming from Substack Notes. So people are discovering me via Substack Notes. And now with these new categories and new tabs, this could be really, really a game changer for us because we could get more eyeballs on our stories. So I'd like to know, how about you? In which categories did you tag your Substack newsletter? Are you, pumped up? Or would you say, oh, Kristina, I'm not sure about these, like 100, 150. I'm not sure about this. Is there like an algorithm behind it? Or, I'm a bit worried. However you feel, I'd like to know how you're feeling about this. Please tell me in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, follow, and I see you in the next video. And I hope you found this valuable. Bye-bye.